welcome to the Wenton feedback section. We've had some good letters this week.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're quite moved by the strength of conviction. Maybe if I'd endured this past 10 minutes I'd feel differently, but I question the credentials of these guys to review an album. Their references are sketchy. Not sure if it was even called Theme 1. Jesus! Overall did not impress as rigorous or insightful, so why bother? Van de Graaff Generator is hardly worth a light chat. I mean, if you're not sure what it's trying to say, you haven't grasped the poetic aspect of the writing or the metaphysics of the themes. So not really much to offer, and the patter is a bit strained.
Yeah, I mean, all of that is true.
Yeah, we agree 100%, so thanks for that.
Yeah, great. I read some music reviews by Stuart Lee on his website.
He doesn't always know what he's talking about.
Well, it's not that. I mean, they're good. And I always wonder, how do you actually do a music review, you know? Because, you know, I thought, well, maybe I could do some music reviews for the blog. And I thought I'd look at, because I was struggling, you know, what do you say?
How do you do that?
And music reviews tend to be really, really short. It's almost like, what do you call it? The weather thing? The shipping forecast. There's a sort of brevity to it and a pattern, and you have to sort of be in on what it actually means to understand it.
It's bullshitting, isn't it?
Yeah.
And actually what we do is a lot more genuine than, although we're just chatting.
Yeah.
It's actually a lot more genuine than
chat about music.
Because I noticed with Stuart Lee when he's reviewed prog albums, it was probably King Crimson. He had to review King Crimson for some reason, and he couldn't cope with the fact that it was prog and it was good. So he just wrote about Rick Wakeman and prog and what's that? I don't know. Which means this is a waste of time. Sorry. So welcome to the first of two one-off specials. Sorry, we're only doing one of these, and we do one of what we're doing next week as well. I think this has a pattern actually, though it was random. I think this is a thing. It's April one-offs is what we do. We do 2 April one-offs for April. It's a thing. Despite the cool name for the band, and they're really good, we aren't doing more than one Wishbone Ash. I don't think we would stretch it over 3 reviews anyway, actually. But yeah, another 70s sounding album from the 70s. That's the way to put it. A proper classic, isn't it? A refreshing sound in the world of rock music. This is also rock music. It's just from a time when you were allowed actual different sounds. You could have a bit of and then a bit of something else, and then a bit of and then a bit of bam bam, and it's allowed, you know, rather than it all sounding the same. Insert Black Album reference here. Soft and folky, swingy rhythms, slow build-ups. The music is allowed to breathe. Awesome thick-toned guitar. It's all lovely. It all tends to merge into one thing, but it's kind of a concept-y. It's very albumy. It's very much an album, but really it's just all about the guitar.
People bloody love this album, Kev. And it's sort of like it treads that line, doesn't it, between prog and sort of classic rock. It's right on the edge. I thought the first side was pretty classic rocky, and the second side was a bit more thematic and a bit more proggy. Yeah, or a bit more epic. A bit more epic. Well done kind of stuff. The question is, maybe I'm a bit tired of classic rock now. Classic rock. It's a bit boring, you know. The fact that it treads that line means it's partly boring for my ears. But I understand if you're a classic rock guy with prog sort of like leanings, this is going to be right up your street. You're going to bloody love this. And there's a picture of an army man on the front. Apparently the original album had a flying saucer on the cover.
Oh really?
And it's been sort of, for some reason it's not on the...
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's not on the any of the reissues or anything like that. I suppose that would make it look a bit stupid, really. Yeah,
I thought it was medieval Norsey kind of, that kind of stuff, something.
Well, maybe I'm misinformed on that, but yeah, the original album was in. That's a problem with CD issues, though, isn't it? I mean, the artwork, which could be quite striking originally,
really doesn't work. A lot of them really don't work when they're small.
No.
It makes it, and if they're a bit rubbish, it makes it much worse.
Yeah. Can you imagine a big version of that? Yeah.
Yeah, a bit of
picture of a soldier's back.
Yeah, well, I was saying earlier, wasn't I? I went to Sainsbury's this morning and they started selling vinyl. They're lovely. All these albums I own already. It's in a nice big, I'd like that, but £18 for a picture. Number of the Beast, man, you know. Screamer Delica, I think that's what it's called. It's all classic albums. Dark Side of the Moon and all things like that. So pretty cool. Abbey Road, Rubber Soul.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's good. It's sort of. I tell you why it doesn't sound that proggy is because there's hardly any keyboard. I think there's organ on one of the tracks.
I don't think it is proggy. To me, he's a progger. It isn't proggy.
You see all discussions on it. You know, you go through discussions as this is a prog album.
Yeah, and it's in Wikipedia. One of the things is progressive rock.
Yeah, there's two guitars, isn't there? It's sort of like
two guitar.
And I think that that gives it slightly different. Maybe we're listening to it with you know, from our perspective.
Exactly.
It sounds normal, but back then, you know, to have two guitars, was probably quite.
Well, compared to T-Rex, it is, isn't it? Because it's got all this folk stuff going in. So.
Yeah, and you do have like the second side. There's a warrior themed stuff.
Mm.
The version I listened to went up to track 8. I'm sure.
8. Oh, the seven tracks on the original album. Yeah.
Yeah.
It does have an ending, a proper ending. What is Argus? A place to buy Argosian commodities. It's actually a programming language. I didn't know, and I couldn't find very much about it. It sounds like early object-oriented. It's not very folky. It is folky, definitely, but it's not very folky. So it's not like Tull or something like that, where it's influenced by real folk music and instruments and all that stuff. But it straddles this thing. You know, you've got from the past. You've got Simon and Garfunkel coming in there, definitely. And yet the things it's influenced is, you know, it's Iron Maiden, isn't it? So it really does straddle a thing, and there's a story, there's a journey of rock, which we're looking at. As I said, it is the best guitar sound. Tick, correct. That's what electric guitar is supposed to sound like. And as I said, the music's allowed to breathe. There's time spent playing the music. It's not like, well, you're only allowed this much, so stop, just play the tune, and finished. You know, the opening track. It just hangs on this arpeggio and they sing it. To quote Douglas Adams about Shine On, you know, there's demo going on. And it gets going, it's like, yeah, but then at about 5 minutes, technically that's the end, but it doesn't, it just keeps going. It's just allowed to play out. Inventing free as a bird. Free bird. Some people will get that joke. It's a King Crimson joke. I thought Blowin' Free and King Will Come very familiar when I first got this album. I'd heard them before. I assume Blowin' Free was a single because it's really familiar. Very famous pieces. King Will Come is good. There is a bit of yesness on occasion, maybe later on in the album, but like very, very early yesness, so it's not like, you know. But yeah, the twin guitar thing. There's a suggestion, I mean, it's on their Wikipedia page, there is a suggestion. This was invented by when Jimmy Page and Jeff Beck played together in the Yardbirds. And I'm not convinced by that. I don't even believe that sounded any good. I think they probably sounded terrible. Remember, originally Jimmy Page played bass with Beck on lead, and then he switched to lead and they had twin lead, yeah. It might be just the idea. It's just the idea of those two playing together, I think, is more of a thing than the actual, what they were actually doing. Someone might be able to give me a better example, but I think they invented that. The twin guitar thing, the harmonies thing, I think they invented that. But I mean, also, you know, Dire Straits. This has got to have influenced Dire Straits. There will be no Love Over Gold, is that what it's called? Yeah, that one. There wouldn't be any of that without this. There'd just be 80s. You know, and that's how you should have two guitarists. It's the good way of having two guitarists rather than just them playing the riff together. But yeah, I think what we're going to talk about, what this theme we're doing here, I'm not going to tell you what the next album we're doing is, but you might be able to guess, maybe. It's not Iron Maiden. About how rock music has narrowed. It narrowed over time. Never widened out again. You know, what rock is now is almost like a self-parody. It's got to be, you know. So that's what we're going to talk about. Yeah, but this album, I think from a commercial point of view, this was their high point. They had a big hit with this, and then they started playing big places and whatever. But they blew it. I think they ditched their producer, who was Derek Lawrence. And self-produced. And maybe that was it. Maybe that was a mistake. Could just be market forces. But by the sounds of things, they blew it. And I think one of them left not long after. I've got the version with the 3 bonus tracks. It's the Live in Memphis EP. There's some long stuff on it, so that's interesting. But we're talking about the album. Apparently now, I think the bass player and one of the guitarists, well not now, maybe a few years ago, they were actually touring separately. I wish it was the 2 guitarists because that would be even funnier. As Wishbone Ash in 2 separate bands called Wishbone Ash, both playing this album in its entirety, which is quite funny. Properly Spinal Tap, really, you know. Moment, Spinal Tap. But yeah, I really like this album, so it's 5 eggs for me because it's really good. There's loads of great guitar on it, so it's good.
It's very little to criticise. I think this I don't know, well, I'm not inspired by it, I have to say. It's...
That's the thing, if you recognise it as good but you don't particularly like it.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Yeah, because I know it's all good stuff.
Well, it's 3 or 4.
Some people absolutely love this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's definitely got to be 4 eggs, at least, I would say.
Yeah.
4 eggs.
There we go. Excellent. Join us next week for another one-off as we explore the journey of rock.
Dun, dun, dun.